Hello and welcome back to another edition of Phil's Monday Movie Review. I'm glad to be here and I'm glad that you're here, and also welcome to October. Fun fact about me, Halloween season, aka spooky season, happens to be my favorite time of the year, and as some of you might know, I'm a big fan of horror films. It's actually one of my favorite genres, so because it is now October, I thought it would be appropriate that all Phil's Monday movie reviews for October will all be horror films. Now, I've already chose which horror films I will be reviewing for this month, so you'll just have to wait and see which ones I've picked out, but I promise you, it will be fun. Now let's move on for my recommendation for this week, which is none other than Hellraiser. Released in 1987 and directed by Clive Barker, Hellraiser is based off of Clive Barker's novella, The Hellbound Heart, and it tells the story of this hedonist criminal named Frank, and Frank finds this mysterious puzzle box that can open the door to another realm. This puzzle box, also known as the Lament Configuration, can open up a portal to an extra-dimensional realm full of unfathomable pleasure, pretty much. And this realm is ruled by the Cenobites, which are sexless, sadomasochistic, extra-dimensional beings who describe themselves as explorers in further regions of experience, and they are demons to some and angels to others. The Cenobites grant sadomasochistic pleasures to whoever solves the puzzle box, and Frank ends up solving the box, which brought out the Cenobites and transported him to hell, to where he is to be tortured for pretty much all eternity. Then we are introduced to Frank's brother, Larry. Larry and his wife, Julia, move into the house where Frank was staying at just before the Cenobites took him, and after Larry accidentally cuts his hand, the blood from the accident manages to somehow resurrect Frank, but in like an incomplete form. You know, he's not completely fully animated yet. And that sequence, which, by the way, is incredible. The stop-motion animation used for that scene, the body gore, that whole sequence is just highly appreciated from this guy. And when Julia finds this incomplete Frank, she promised him that she will help Frank and to bring him back into his human form so that they can be together, pretty much. So Larry goes to work while Julia goes to bars and nightclubs to pick up men so she can bring home. And then once they're home, she kills the men so that Frank can drain the life out of them so he can like regenerate his body. All of that in the name of love and fucking. Also, Larry's daughter, Kirsty, sees Julia bring men to the house and discovers the truth of what's really going on at this house. And the rest, I'm going to leave to you. But recently, Savannah and I got a chance to see both Hellraiser and Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, on the big screen, on 35mm film projection, which was awesome, by the way. Savannah had never seen the Hellraiser film, so it was very interesting to see someone experience these movies for the first time. She said it was not quite what she was expecting, but she still enjoyed them. And I felt the same way when I first watched these movies. I was expecting it to be about this dude who had all these pins on his head and he was some kind of crazy killer, but I turned out to be way off. I love the design and overall portrayal of the Cenobites. There is a reason why Pinhead is so iconic in the horror genre. If you just take a look at this guy and you're just already kind of creeped out and chills go up your spine and stuff like that. Doug Bradley was perfect for this role, and I'm excited to see what Jamie Clayton will deliver as she takes on Pinhead for Hulu's Hellraiser, which unfortunately I still haven't seen. I'm hearing really cool things. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm going to try really hard this week to watch it. Unfortunately, it's not in the movie theaters for some reason. Hulu and Disney, this really should have been a theatrical experience. But instead, we're going to watch it on a streaming service, which, whatever, man. But anyways, I'm still very excited for the new Hellraiser. Can't wait. And it's a big week. It's a very exciting time to be a Hellraiser fan. When I look back at Hellraiser, I think of Hellraiser's creator, Clive Barker. And I think to myself, what a sick individual. I like it. I have to tip my hat to Clive Barker for Hellraiser and his novella, which I've never read, but I hope to one day. For Clive Barker to create this world and characters is beyond imaginative. It's a very original world he created, an original script he developed for the big screen. I love the montage of Julia picking up men and slaughtering them for her lover to feast upon. I thought that whole sequence was really cool. And Kirsty, played by Ashley Lawrence, is one of my favorite final girls. She's right up there with Sidney Prescott, Laurie Strode, and Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. Those are probably like my top 4 favorite final girls for sure. In my opinion, Hellraiser is not just a horror film, but an expression. Clive Barker's expression. The world he wants us to explore may be extreme, but it leaves me wanting more, and it leaves me wanting to see more of this world. Hellraiser engages the audience and encourages you to explore the world of the erotic, the forbidden, and the unknown. I guess what I'm trying to say, all in all, Hellraiser is, without a doubt, horror cinema. But that is it for Phil's Monday movie review. I want to thank you for tuning in. And have you seen Hellraiser? If so, what do you think of it? Let's discuss. And be sure to tune in next week where we talk about another movie. But until then, take care. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.